In today's video, I'm gonna give you a behind the scenes look at what a professional nutrition coach making 6 figures a year with a full client roster does in a day. I'll show you how to structure your day to maximize results for your clients and do business tasks that allow you to scale your business, but stay organized and make more money. Plus, the biggest perk of this gig isn't just the income, it's the flexibility. So I'll show you the best parts of that too. Plus, this isn't just me, so hang out to the end of this video where I'll show you how a small town trainer is actually making more money than the local doctor. But let's dive in. So here's how my day starts.
Okay, so the first thing I'm doing most days, like 4 to 5 times per week, is getting up first thing in the morning and getting my workout in. And this is someone with kids. It's just important to, if I don't get my workout in, I'm not the same person. And it's important to do something and start something every day for yourself to build momentum. If you're gonna ask your nutrition clients to take care of themselves and their health, you also have to be that example and live that life. So for me, the first thing is getting a workout in, and I make sure to get it done before everyone else gets up, because that's the only time it probably will get done. And to me, that sort of positive momentum spills into everything else. It spills into my business, it spills into my personal relationships. It makes me feel like I'm taking care of myself. And when that happens, I'm on top of the world. So I make sure it happens. So here I am up first thing at 5:30 in the morning, making sure I get my workout in. One thing I'm gonna do, and this is at the beginning of the week here, is I'm gonna make sure I do some squatting. And that's because I particularly don't enjoy it. And that might come to you as a surprise as someone who is a powerlifting coach. But yeah, I just don't like it at all. And I'm gonna eat my frog and do it first thing and get it done with in the week so that it's behind me and I can know that I'm doing everything I can to develop strength and improve myself without it being like, weighing over my head. It's the same thing with my workout. And it's the same thing with some of the important aspects of your business that we're gonna go over today. You gotta do those things first thing so that you're taking care of your business and making sure it's healthy. So let's move on to that.
So I try to focus on just gym related stuff in the morning, but honestly, when I'm doing things that aren't work related, that's where all my best ideas come from. For all my social media content or even a new spin in my nutrition coaching program. These ideas happen when I'm working out or I'm walking or even when I'm in the shower. I do my best to make notes about these ideas so I can create social media content about it later. But for now, we're moving on to breakfast.
It's breakfast time now around here. You got kid 1 over there, kid 2. Starting off the day with some oatmeal, protein powder, blueberries, pumpkin seeds. Eating the oatmeal for some of the cholesterol lowering properties, which I'm gonna touch on in a future video, so stay tuned for that. But fueling up my day.
All right, so I'm back at my desk now. It's about 9 a.m. and I'm gonna show you how I start every day in my nutrition coaching business. Because it's a lot different now than when I first started. See, when I first started, I would dive right into my email inbox or into my direct messages and start answering client-related questions and concerns. It was all busy work, and this took away my energy, the energy that I needed to grow my business. And if I wanted to grow, I needed to let that go. Because you need time to work on your business, not just work in your business. Especially since that coaching aspect, it's what you know, it's what you're good at, it's what comes easy to you. But you can't always be doing that because the marketing yourself component, that's the part that scares you, the part that you don't want to do. It's the thing that you're avoiding, so here's what I do to continue eating my frog. First thing, I focus on creating social media content with the intent not just to educate people, but to get them talking to me, starting conversations, and applying for my coaching. I know if I can post something that motivates someone to take action every single day, I'm gonna get 3 to 4 coaching applications to work with me per week. And since I know my numbers really well, I'll convert roughly half of those. And this is what keeps my business growing. But you need to know what to post and the right strategy to use, which you may not have seen this yet, but we have a brand new social media course just for nutrition coaches. You've been waiting to see what myself and Dr. Mark Method coaches are doing to get clients. Well, here's your chance, and it's gonna be on sale for the first 20 people who buy it. So go check it out in the first link in the description. But back to my day for a second. I'm not just posting social media content. I'm also talking to and supporting people that are interested in my help. I'm trying to reach out to curious people who we call warm leads or old clients, and I'm trying to have 1 conversation per day. You don't need to overcomplicate this stuff, but this is the stuff you need to be doing if you want to grow your business. You can't just be a good coach. You need to get really good about talking to people about how good you are. No one wants to be the best nutrition coach that no one has heard about. So you need to find ways to get in front of new people. Actually, earlier this week, I got out to do a live seminar in front of a bunch of new potential clients. I gave a brief 20-minute talk around nutrition nutrition and fat loss. It was educational. I showed them what was holding them back from reaching their goals, but I also gave them some insight on how I work with clients and extended the opportunity to work with me. I haven't really been able to do much of this stuff over the last couple of years since the pandemic, but it works really well, and I landed some new clients from this talk. So when I start my work days, I focus on this stuff so I can prioritize it and grow my business. This is why I'm doing this first at the beginning of my day so it gets done, not just coaching people. So as you can see, there are a few main ways that I'm spending my time as a nutrition coach. And no one tells you this before you start, so internalize this. If you want to turn your nutrition coaching into a business, there are two main things you need to focus on. Number one is sales and marketing, which I'm going to spend 2 to 3 hours on every single morning before I switch over to number two, which is client fulfillment or the actual coaching. Let me show you how to do that next. Okay, so it's just after lunch around 1 p.m. and I'm finally getting around to doing my coaching check-ins. Depending on the time of year, sometimes I'll do these standing with my walking desk and walking treadmill, since I don't get a lot of steps in the winter months, so it's 2 birds with 1 stone. If you're interested in some of the gear that I use, I'll link that up in the comments below. One thing I would suggest getting is a USB mic. I got this one right here. I've had that mic for around 4 years. It costs around $60 and the audio quality is great, especially if you're doing quite a bit of speaking, which I'm going to show you how to do in a second. Grab one of these mics. I linked it up in the description below. Let's move on to the coaching process. One thing I do want to make clear, we talked about business earlier, but you still do need to be a good coach. You still need to care and serve your clients. It can't always be about finding new clients. And here's a pro tip. If you're a smart coach, if you want to deliver a more professional, personal service, you're going to work some element of video into your check-ins. I personally use the software Loom. I've shown you guys how to use that in different check-in videos through the hybrid check-in process. But here's the basic process. I'm going to, number one, make sure that my microphone is working so that I don't do 10 nutrition check-ins and completely crush it, only to find out that my audio doesn't work. And I'm gonna make sure that my client knows exactly when and where to fill out their form so that when I sit down on my desk, all the check-ins are right in front of me. Then you're gonna do all of these all at once, just like I'm doing this afternoon. I have about 10 clients to get through here this afternoon, and it should only take me about 1 hour, which is because I've done this check-in process around 30,000 times, but it's also because it's completely streamlined and effective. So I'm gonna go over their check-in, talk it over to see what I'm seeing, what went well, any results that I wanna point out, and then any changes that I wanna make. And if I'm keeping things the same, I'm just gonna give them other action items that I want them to focus on. It's simple and effective. It's this type of streamlining with your check-in process that's gonna take your nutrition coaching business to the next level. And that's how I'm spending my afternoon. Business growth first in the morning, and then client fulfillment and coaching check-ins in the afternoon. I just got off a call with one of my one-on-one business coaching clients, and what she told me, it shocked me. I actually had to do some deep Googling around it. She had just finished up her year end and finalized her taxes with her accountant, and she dropped a bomb on me. She said last year the business did roughly 200K. That's up from right around 100K the previous year. She's a personal trainer, and these are amazing, life-changing numbers. What's even crazier is that she comes from a pretty small town, and you know this type of small town. Everyone's pretty small-minded, everyone knows everyone, and there's some petty judgment around anyone striving to be bigger or better. Yeah, it's one of those towns. But here's the kicker, and this is the part that I actually need to Google and research. I checked out all the public documents from physicians and other medical experts in the area. She's making more money than most of them. Oh, that little fitness business, it's making more money than the hotshot doctor. This is eye-opening for me because although I know this is totally possible, it's always fun to see and hear it happen in real life. And I can tell you how she did it because it's the exact same way that I did it in the way that I'm showing you today. And here are the 3 steps. The first one is she added in nutrition coaching. The biggest change for this trainer was that she added in one-on-one nutrition coaching to her business services. Nutrition coaching delivers the best results, people enjoy it, and they're willing to pay for it. This is the successful business trifecta. And this is the reason why some of my earliest success came somewhat easy. It's because you're not fighting some uphill business battle. There are some things that people like to spend money on. People invest in things like relationships, their finances, their pets, their kids, and their health. So when you can focus your business on a service that improves their health, in an area that they typically struggle with, like nutrition, it changes everything. And that's what totally transformed her business. And the second thing she did was scaled her prices. If you want to be the top earner in your area, you need to start acting like it by valuing your service. And this means that every 5 to 10 new paying clients, you assess your prices and make a price bump. If you're not getting no's, you're playing too small. Let's break down the math for a second. So if you want to make 100K per year before taxes, that's going to look like 30 to 40 paying clients at around 225 to 275 per month. When I first got started, I focused on the first 10 paying clients and I put them all on one check-in day. And then I raised my prices and then I worked on the next 10 at that higher price point. Once you get to 30 or 40 clients, you start thinking about other ways to scale your business, which is what this coach did by number 3, hiring help. Once she got to her client ceiling and maxed out her prices, she brought on another assistant coach at a lower price point and then took a cut of that. And now she has a tiered system for all of the clients that couldn't afford her. And now she's created a new job for someone else while growing her business, which is just the coolest thing. I have a team of 4 working for me now, not including some of my other contractors, all through teaching people how to eat on the internet, which is just so cool. And you may be only a few tweaks off this.
Okay, so it's now 3 p.m. and I'm pretty much wrapped up for the day. I know my numbers well enough to know that I've done the things that I need to do to keep some new clients coming in, which keeps my business growing. And I know that I've taken care of all my current clients. Everyone's checked in and taken care of and looked after. And at this point, there's no bonus points for doing more than I need to. You don't need to work harder, you just need the right systems. And since I already lifted earlier this morning, I'm gonna go do some other stuff that I enjoy. That's another huge perk of this job, is the flexibility. And a lot of times that looks like just the simple stuff. Not asking a boss for time off when you wanna take a vacation, but it's even smaller than that sometimes. I love taking my son Max for haircuts, and as someone that does appreciate a good haircut, which I need actually, by the way, I love doing that with him, so that's what I'm gonna do right now.
And I don't have to miss any of those important moments. And that's it, folks. That's a day in the life of a nutrition coach. Hope you found it helpful, and if I missed anything, make sure to drop a question in the comments below. I mentioned a few things about the check-in process as you saw me doing them, but I really want to give you all the tools and strategies you need to run your nutrition coaching check-ins. So I'm going to show you how to do all of that in the video right here. Check it out, and I'll see you in the video.